and welcome to what we are now calling the Pokémon-X Podcast. I'm Recon Dye, and you're not.
I'm Cabinet, and today we hope to make this keep this going on for a bit. We more or less, we'll start by talking about the podcast itself. We got this idea after having a train wreck of a conversation between me, Recon, and Lance, and the idea just
not be a later in this program, not this episode, or if we can call it episode, but I mean,
but that's more or less how it started. I mean, there's no big story behind it.
Well, we've always sort of had epic conversations, like when it's just been us on Xbox Live, and now Scott, since Cabinet is in the U.S. and he can't get on Xbox Live because he didn't bring his Xbox to America like I told him to.
Yeah, I didn't bring my Xbox. So we just got on Skype, and I got this thing ages ago, but I don't know why I'm using it. I never really used it. It's a Skype recording tool. It records conversations. So I'd
like the government.
Yes, I'm the FBI. I'm actually one of the reasons why we caught Osama bin Laden. Don't tell everybody.
You're the CIA, the Cabinet Investigation Association.
I operate out of Ikea, and
for their dependable furniture.
Yeah, that takes you forever to get out. The one actually, an Ikea actually opened in Dublin a couple of years ago, and the newspapers went mad, going, "We have an Ikea now. We're actually like a country."
That's. I'm sure a lot of countries feel that way when they get their first McDonald's as well.
Yeah, I remember my first McDonald's. I remember a time where I had to travel to Dublin to get a McDonald's. Now,
dude, these are like grandpa stories you're telling. I remember when I was your age, we got our first McDonald's.
We did though, and now it's 10.
McDonald's
now
for the first.
Now it's 10 years later, and we've got a McDonald's, a KFC, Burger King. We used to have 2 McDonald's. Thank you very much.
You have a Jack in the Box there?
No. America has a lot of fast food chains. The only one that I have, the only really new one I've been to was a Popeyes, and I thought it was actually pretty good. But that's
Popeyes, a bit spicy for my taste. I'm not really into spicy food, but Popeyes is pretty.
Well, I had a chicken burger. Or for some reason, as a lot of people call them over here, a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, burgers are with it's cow. We don't call them with the chickens.
I don't get that. It's like it's a bit of meat between 2 bits of bread. It's a burger.
Well, up north in America, they will call hamburgers hamburger sandwiches.
Really? That's like...
Because it's the meat that's the hamburger part, not actually the... it is a sandwich as far as its components being, and it's the way it's put together, but just for shortness and laziness we say just hamburger.
Well, yeah, I can understand, yeah. It's just you're coming from a place where everything is a
sandwich.
A burger. It's a burger. But yeah, that was a great intro as such. From podcast to Popeyes.
We keep it in the P's. Pokemon, podcast, Popeyes. Real quick, I have a question about your Ikea. Do they serve the horrible like food at your Ikea in Dublin?
I've never been to it. I couldn't tell you.
When I was dating the whore who shall not be named and who lived in California, there was an Ikea and we drove by it quite often. And I remember seeing like meal deals on the side of the building, like come in and your kids can have free meatballs.
I think it's just a part of their thing to trap you in there in like their warehouse all day.
Come for the furniture, stay for the meatballs.
Yeah. It's like you get that hungry walking around looking at tables. It's like, yeah, we could eat off this. Yeah, well we've got food, so you can eat off.
This table's good enough to eat off of. Well, would you like to test that? Sure.
They really did. They serve food nearly everywhere here. Where like I went to a bookshop. There's a cafe in it. I went to what was it? It was a Target and there was a Starbucks in it.
Oh yeah, Starbucks are all over the place over here. Are you talking about in Ireland?
No, in Georgia. In Georgia, we don't have Target in Ireland.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering when you said Target. It's like, wait a minute. Might not have bookshops in Ireland. It's like, oh, they definitely don't have Targets.
There's not a lot of bookshops. There's like two in Ireland. There's like two big chains of bookshop, and that's like Eason's and Hughes and Hughes's, and last year Hughes and Hughes's closed down, but now it's open again, and I don't really know the story behind that. They closed down for like a couple of months. All the bookshops, like they said, oh, it's out of business, now it's back up again, without anybody really talking about why they're back up again.
Maybe they did it for attention. It's like, oh, we're shutting down, and then it's like, well, nobody really cared. Let's just open back up.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. Just didn't seem to be much of a thing. Like it's like, I don't know. I do most of my book shopping at Eason's anyway because it's the only place that's close to me that actually sells comics. Yes. Speaking of that, they're rebooting all of this now.
Again.
Yeah, DC are rebooting like everything to all their big names to back to issue 1. They're just doing a complete reset. Well,
because if they showed a lot of the stuff that Batman had back in the 60s, it's like, oh, well, we kind of got that stuff now. Like,
yeah.
Ooh, this cool device that he can use to talk to Alfred over a long distance. Yeah, we got cell phones. It's like, oh, the computer that fits in his car. It's like, yeah, I can put my iPad in my car and look up stuff like Batman.
I'm gonna be the comic book snob right now, but I don't like the new stuff really. I'll read a bit of it, but for the most part I just don't think it's that good. So I read.
Well, I mean, as far as Batman, because Batman would, he was the world's greatest detective. He would actually do work, and now it just seems like, hey, Alfred, plug this in his computer. I'm gonna see what comes.
Well, no,
up. I'm gonna go.
It's not just Batman. It's like the whole DC in general. I'm gonna say DC because I don't read that much Marvel, like at all. DC, I just think is becoming a bit of a. After anything really that was after Identity Crisis and Final Crisis, and I think that was back in 2004, I think. Anything really after that, it's But that said, Identity Crisis was a brilliant read, and if anybody's even slightly likes comics, I think they should read it because it is actually a great book.
And he means comics, not manga.
No. Oh, yeah, okay.
Although I should discriminate because I'm guessing a lot of my readers love manga.
Right.
But there's a difference. And most manga people don't like actual comics, and most people who read comics don't like manga.
Yeah.
And I don't actual comics as in manga aren't comics, but I just really have no way to actually
Yeah, I'm gonna
put a fighter between.
I'm gonna get this out of the way early. I am not an anime, manga, whatever reader. I've read some of it, I've watched some of it. I will admit, I was 12 and I watched Dragon Ball Z every day after school, but
he was 12 and he was confused. He had no idea.
Yeah. And I did do that, but I just don't like it. And everybody I say that to is like, oh, well, you'd like this one. I'm like, yeah.
You don't like Dragon?
Yeah, I did. I liked Dragon Ball Z, and then we got rid of our cable, I guess what you call it. So I never got to watch. I got up to like the midpoint of Cell, and that was it.
So, last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell was making another attempt to eat another one of the main characters.
It was I will admit I loved the Cell bit because as a kid, like it scared me because like I was like, oh god, he's actually. I was a mixture of like, this is amazing and this is, oh god, this is actually terrifying.
When I was watching, I was just like, because like at the end he spits them all up, if I remember correctly.
Dude, spoilers!
Oh, yeah, the new Dragon Ball Z show you guys have never seen before. And I'm just wondering, it's like, where is he? Like, does he have some sort of pocket dimension inside him that he's compressed them all into? And I was just baffled by the fact that his size doesn't change that much, and he's got like 20 people inside him.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Lance.
Oh, God.
You might meet Lance later on. We don't know. It depends on.
Yeah, he was going to be here, but he's sick right now. So, what are you gonna do?
Laugh.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think we'll actually try and get back on track and.
I'm supposed to talk about my comic.
Yeah. Update it. No.
So, I honestly, I don't have the drive, and it's just, I mean, lately I've been dealing with a lot of personal things. My grandfather recently had eye surgery, and I'm taking care of him. I mean, I'm kind of perpetually always taking care of him. He had a stroke a while back, and I've been looking after him, and but with his eye surgery, I have to put eye drops in his eyes every 4 hours, and I have to run errands for him. And it's just kind of, and when I actually kind of get some time to myself, I'm either too damn tired from not being able to sleep at night because of this damn heat wave. By the way, we've been in hundreds in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma for the past 60 days. I think today, if it did or did not, I mean, it says 99 right now. I don't know if we got up past 100, but if we did, if we didn't get past 100, it's been the first day in like 60 days. We have not been over 100, and still 99. That's as cool as we've gotten.
Yeah, I've been in America now for about a month and 2 weeks now, and I everything's great about it, but the only really thing I have a big problem with is the heat. It's just, I mean, it gets to a point where you can't even leave the house because it's literally that warm.
I wouldn't. Warm is kind of too generous. It's
yeah,
not, it's hot.
It's that hot that when it does rain,
warm for me is like the 70s.
Warm
Fahrenheit.
Warm. It's actually that hot that after it rains, it just steams off the ground. Like, I bet half of you who are going to listen to this are like, well, yeah, Cabinet, of course, that's not new. But I'm coming from Ireland, where our summer in Celsius, if we get to 20, if we get to 20 Celsius, we flock to the beaches because that is the only day of summer we're ever going to get. Like, but and you never get this. You never get this heat, ever. over in Ireland. I went to Egypt a couple of years ago, and it wasn't that bad, because it's the humidity. I know it's the humidity, but I went to Egypt, and Egypt is in a desert, and it wasn't as bad.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, our humidity. Hold on, I'm gonna check. If you hear me clicking on, you're gonna hear my iPad start up. I love that. See, our humidity today has been not too bad, 35%. I haven't actually really been outside. We've had pretty high humidity lately, mostly because we got a little rain the other day.
Speaking of rain, I was woken up last night by a massive thunderstorm. Like, that was right outside my window. Like, the lightning was, it was striking in the forest, like, that's right next to me. And
well, you have a tropical storm that's sort of right off the coast now, don't you?
It's Hurricane
Emily.
Is it?
I think so, because I remember watching the news and I glanced up and they had tropical storm abbreviated and I thought it said T.S. Eliot. But I double take and I was like, oh, Emily. And I was like, I thought some writer was coming to destroy Florida or something.
T.S. Eliot through the looking glass and looking for revenge.
Through the looking glass too, looking for revenge. Alice's Pits. Well, that wasn't Alice in Wonderland.
It was Alice.
T.S. Eliot?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I'm not that caught up in my Alice, because there's no comics of that. No.
There probably is. Of course, they're
yeah.
wrong. And as far as stuff that if you, I want to. It'd be like the fan-drawn hentai stuff.
Yeah.
Here's Alice and the White Rabbit going at it. It's like, oh, I didn't want to see that. It's like, oh, White Rabbit.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to move on to the next subject because I'm not even going to talk about that. Yeah. God, we really talked about the comic there, didn't we?
Oh, okay. Let's
go back to the comic. I've got a question for you. Will Monty ever return?
I can barely hear you.
Will Monty ever return?
Who?
Monty.
Who's that?
Who's who?
Exactly.
That was actually, here's an insider secret. That whole Monty going to thing was the result of a conversation between me, Lance, and Recon at about. I stayed up all night. I did an all night, and we were all talking, whatever.
We were playing
I think we were all playing New Vegas. We were all playing New Vegas. And we just.
Oh, so many fun times from that. Just so many bad jokes at mostly Lance's expense.
Yeah,
but.
And Festo, but but yeah, that came from a big conversation, and I wanted the record to be stated that Recon stole that from my Let's Play of Emerald.
Yes, because
I did it. I
didn't know it from your Let's Play when I did that. I just knew you guys kept saying, you kept doing the Simpsons reference of the Poochie episode, and it was just stuck in my head because I was like, how am I going to end this? Because I originally had an idea they were going to kind of like Brendan and May and Wally were going to kind of get distracted, and they were going to be kind of arguing amongst themselves, and they were going to turn back, and Monty would just be gone, and they were going to be like, ooh, he could come back at any time. But he was never ever going to come back if I did that. He's never coming back anyway because I've always hated Monty.
I want there to be they're walking around somewhere and Monty just falls from the sky in a shower, just in flames like a meteor, and lands on the ground that's it. Look, he's dead.
I want somebody to make a spin-off comic about Monty.
Monty in space!
He's like, because I noticed, I was watching Nickelodeon the other day. Well, I wouldn't say watching, I was flipping through and I found this. Because, there used to be that show Jimmy Neutron.
Yes. He is in that show.
And I noticed Sheen, one of his friends, got a spin-off show called Planet Sheen. And I only saw one episode, but I'm kind of, from what I can guess of like what happened, because like they kind of elaborate on some stuff, because he's stuck, he's trying to fix a rocket, and I'm guessing somehow he stole, I guess, a rocket from Jimmy Neutron and went off to another planet. And there's actually like and the only reason I really stayed to watch it because one of my favorite voice actors was the voice of Carl, Rob Paulson, who was the voice of Yakko and Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, is the voice of Carl. And they have like a little, I think it's basically like a snot blob that looks like Carl, but it's some kind of alien, but still the same voice and same personality. So
basically, the guy is suffering from like split personality, like he's trying to cope with being lost in space, so he's just, it's like Castaway with the ball. No.
The aliens actually exist. They're not in his head, but it's just like he's I don't know, like everything's about him. And
I actually watched a cartoon. If it was about that, it was just about one kid, I presume it's a kid, descending into madness as he copes with being lost in space.
What was it called?
What? Sorry?
What was the thing called?
The thing? What?
I thought you said you
No. I'd watch it. I'd watch the show.
Oh, you watch it? Okay. Yeah, I'd watch that.
We'd be the only people.
Him screaming at rocks.
Yeah.
You never loved me!
Jimmy, why do you just do this? He's just talking to like a coconut. Don't know why you'd find a coconut. Space coconut. There, it's explained.
He cracks it and then drinks the milk. You made me do
And
this!
then the last episode, he returns to Earth and he sees Jimmy. He's like, "How are you still here? I drank you."
I ate your brains! I drank your brain juices and ate your skull meat! How do you live?
And then he's put into a home.
Anything else I should say about the comic? I need to do a lot of sprite editing before I can actually continue, and it's kind of it's just more monotonous than anything. Everybody who they're going to encounter in the desert, in the sandstorm, is supposed to have some kind of headgear type, face mask and eye protection. Even though, like, what always bugged me is you get this gear in the game, you get the goggles, and you don't even put them on when you walk into the sandstorm.
Yeah.
It's like just holding them gives your eyes the power to deflect tiny pieces of glass and rock.
You see, he's actually a ninja, and you can't see it because, it's a Game Boy Advanced, but he's actually just like he's just like using it as a windshield wiper. Brendan or May or whoever is the actual name for the thing.
I couldn't hear it. You said you were kind of like jumping in and out there.
Probably because I was waving my hand back and forth. I don't know, but like they're just waving their arm back and forth, deflecting each bit of sand with it.
Like a ninja.
Yeah, like a ninja. Yeah, is there anything really more to say about the I mean,
I do want to progress the story, though. I just really haven't had the willpower or the time.
Well, there will...
Same time.
I presume there's probably a lot of questions like you guys have for the comic and the like. Well, questions like what's going to happen, blah 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 blah. So we've set up a Twitter account. I will give you that address at the back. So if you want to send us questions or whatever, we'll answer them.
I'm not going to answer stuff that's basically like obvious, like, oh, are they going to encounter Tropius? It's like, well, they're going to encounter pretty much every Pokemon you can find in Ruby and Sapphire, and I'm not going to spoil stuff like just who's going to catch what. I mean, if I told you guys like how I got everything planned, it's like, oh, well, I don't have to read it anymore.
Well, I want you everybody to send a question asking where is Wally. Wally, no, not Wally. God, never mind.
Wally's heading.
I meant Monty. I meant Monty.
Fall Arbor. I thought I.
Monty. I was supposed to say Monty.
Who?
Wally. No. Okay. A lot of people have been asking about saying that we should talk about Minecraft, like in the suggestion thread we have. They're all saying, "Oh, well, you should talk about Minecraft and Minecraft." So, you know, okay, we'll talk about Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah. I don't know. I like. What's there to talk about, really?
I love our server and I love our community we have from the forums on our server.
Yeah, you guys are actually pretty good, and
you guys are
yeah.
JCO,
Drav,
everybody else. Yeah, Drav, Gator,
yep.
Shun, Sid. Even though Sid is like haunted on Minecraft and seem to have like some kind of like curse, and I'm like, okay, like Volt would complain about things happening to his house, and I was like, it seems like you built on an Indian burial ground or something, like from Poltergeist, because like I just thought it was a glitchy thing on his client end, because he would have like blocks changing into other blocks, and after he cut down grass, it would grow back.
I'm going to say, like, I'm just going to give what I think, and it's what I
spontaneously exploded.
I think it was just the sheer size of the map. I know I said I'll get that up for download last Friday, and I'll try and get it up for download this Friday. I've been.
And next Friday you'll try and get it up for download.
Yeah, I've just been really busy. It's my last week really in America. I'm heading on Saturday, so you know, so I've just been so busy. But yeah, I like the server. The server's pretty good. I'm sorry to see the old map go, because I really liked it. It was just a point where, okay,
we still have it backed up as in the backups. That's redundant. But we could actually bring the old map back up.
Yeah, but the whole thing, map file and running the server to max, really.
Well, I think that was mostly my fault.
Well, no, it was happening anyway. There is only really one way we can like improve, and that's if we get more, if we upgrade a package, but it's, you know, that's more expensive. So
I can help with that, and I hope I'm making sure I've got the rest of my tuition paid on. Hold on, I'm going to actually check on that really.
Well, I have a donation page set up, but nobody. No, you guys don't have to donate it. Look, it's not too bad. We can live with what we have right now. What I was
let's see how much of my tuition I have left. Negative $430.20. I have it paid off. Nice. I'm over by 400. I'm gonna have to wait a couple of weeks till my next check.
Okay. Well, what else is there to say about Minecraft, really? Oh yeah. Well, we can always talk about like 1.8 Enderman, which is.
Notch has outdid himself on the creepy scale with that guy.
I like it. I really do like it. I like the.
I'm kind of wondering that. Okay, we have special permissions we use on our server.
Yeah.
We can teleport. Well, by we I mean just Cabinet and myself.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I'm wondering, because I've heard that Notch said, like, if once you look away and if you run, they will teleport over to you.
Oh, God,
I'm wondering if that has, like, a distance, like, limiter, because if someone uses home, a /home, which takes them to wherever they designated as their home, will that Enderman, like, teleport to them at their house?
I kind of hope... I hope that now. There's a load...
Why?
Because I want it to happen. There's a load of people who are like, oh, they're so creepy and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, it's a game, like it's a game about blocks. Like, I can admit that there is a certain level of creepiness about them, but they're not going to be that bad. I say I think it's just the people are toting them as, oh, this is going to ruin Minecraft forever. He's going to mess up my structures. People are actually saying that. They're going to be like, oh, he's going to mess up my structures. I'm like, yeah, creepers. What of it?
Yeah.
But
we can train the Enderman to build for us.
What?
But I'm also wondering, like, what happens when multiple people are looking at them? Like,
well,
it's
like that episode of Doctor Who, basically. As long as somebody's looking at them, you're fine.
So okay, we get someone to look at them, and then someone else runs around and just beats them up from behind.
I want to point that out that I'm not a big Doctor Who fan. I want to be a Doctor Who fan because I do like the show, but I just haven't. I keep missing the episodes. But there's one episode I always see and I love it to death, and I know everybody loves it to death, and it's the Blink. That's the one with the angels. I think that was.
Well, that's pretty early in that's from like a couple of seasons.
Oh yeah,
ago. I know you can. Oh, well, you don't have. Hey, wait, actually, okay. Does the family you're with have Netflix?
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's just I can watch it at home. Like, it's on BBC. I can get it for free. Like, I don't even have to go on.
Well, no, I'm just Netflix. You can watch like the entire seasons you've missed up until this season, which I actually recently got to watch because my friend Rick had them on his DVR.
Yeah, no, I never have really. I'm always either on a Saturday, and 99% of the time I'm out. I'm either working on a Saturday or I'm out with friends on a Saturday. So.
Hanging out with your best friend Ben.
Oh, we're not going to get into that because it's a long story.
We're not going to get into it this time.
No. I would like to, but because I actually got new stuff about that. But like, no, we're not gonna get into that. I'll give you but
I'm just after looking at the general discussion. Sorry to interrupt your story.
No, I'm done.
This is just very funny. The number of topics in the general discussion thread are 664. Another 2, and we are the mark of the beast.
Somebody is going to make 2 more threads and we will screen cap that. Don't make useless threads. Topic number 666. Oh, it's the mark of the devil. It's gonna happen now.
It'll be about sameness.
Yeah, people were saying Boogeyman, or Zombie Clown he's now known, on the forums. He was saying, oh, well, maybe you should do Member of the Week or Month or whatever. We kind of have that.
Gauge?
Sorry, go on.
I would have no way to gauge that. Like,
well, yeah.
It would just be me picking random people.
Yeah, well, we have something like that. Like, we have got a user awards thing at the end of the year. Funniest member 2 years in a row representing. No, but
it's funny because I should be like at least a judge for this.
Oh well, it's user thing. Like, we all vote. Like, it's a vote. Like, Chowman started, and he's done it for the 2 years now. It comes up. It's not like a moderator pick. It's not like anything.
Well, I know. I should at least know about it.
You never check the forums anyway. You checked the Minecraft.
I just... How do you think I knew that there were 664 posts on that thread?
You check the forums, but you don't check the threads. Plus, it's not in general discussion anyway. It was always in... I think it was in contest last time. Yeah, it was. But yeah, what I was going to say was, because of that, I'm going to try not to get into the forums. Like, we'll talk about the forums, but we won't go into too much detail about them. If you're listening to this or whatever, go ahead and join. Like, you're not a member of the forums, you can join or whatever. But we're not going to get into the forums too much unless there's something big going on. You know how
Lance said he was going to try and be with us? I noticed he posted on the forums about the time we started this, but never came on Skype.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between typing something out and actually talking when you've got, like, a swollen throat.
Well, it's his own fault.
Sucking dicks.
Even put it on Facebook. We're not trying to be mean. That's what he said.
We're not being mean. Like, granted, like, we do joke about this the whole time, but that's what he wrote on Facebook.
That's to be the whipping boy during the podcast, just so he knows and everyone else knows.
That's we always did that. We were like he posted that on Facebook. He posted something along the lines of guess who has throat infection from sucking too many dicks? This guy. But yeah.
And it's the kind of like comment that we're both kind of like, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
If you know Lance, you'll know why.
Yeah. You'll probably get to know him over the next bit. But yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
LRNGs now. I still don't think he's... Oh yeah, he said he did get a new microphone, so maybe.
Yeah. He will, he will. Like, he does have a microphone, he will be here eventually. He's just sick right now.
Minecraft. Yeah, I do miss the old man. I really, okay, wait a minute, real quick. The sky limit thing, you guys said that's not going to happen. He's not changing that.
It can be. I think it can be changed. It's under the Minecraft wiki. It's a possible change.
Well, I'm hoping, because I had plans. Okay, I wanted to make, like, skyscrapers, and I wanted to, make our new, I guess, focal point of the server.
Yeah.
In our last one, we had a giant golden dog.
Yeah.
And it was nice and epic and all. We took some cool photos of it and did some fun things.
Cheers, Lightning.
Cheers,
Lightning, the best screenshot ever.
And, I kind of wanted to do, like, a Statue of Liberty, but she's holding a dong instead of a torch.
I want... If we do that, and then we end up going to the next map, I want like a Planet of the Apes kind of setup where, like, the Statue of Liberty is like sunken on a beach, and all you can see is like it's the power of the head and the hand sticking up with the dong.
Okay, right now Cabinet's got a skin that I made him called Wangman, which is the hero of Dongton. He was like Batman, but.
If you want,
I'm gonna have to make a tattered Wangman suit.
If you want to know what it looks like, it's my avatar on the forums right now.
Yeah. And a tattered suit for me, and we'll just have pictures of us in front of that. Like we were just involved, like we were just I guess escaped from all the apes on the planet.
You really did it! You really did it! You damn dirty Enderman!
You made it!
You damn dirty Enderman! What was it? Yeah, what else was I going to say? Yeah, Planet of the Apes. There's a new film coming out of that, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not a big movie person, so I'm probably not going to go. But
I think the plot of the original movie that's the remake of was two of the apes went back in time somehow, and then started breeding, and that's what caused it. I can't really remember. I just remember
I've never seen I've never seen Planet of the Apes, the original. The only thing I know, like, the only thing I really know about it was I had the reference explained to me when I watched Spaceballs.
Oh yeah. Dear me, what are those things coming out of her nose? Spaceballs? Oh shit, there goes the planet.
Oh, I love that film so much, and I want to go and find it, but it's just so tough to find.
Dude, go to Walmart. I saw one in like a $5 bin the other day.
I'll probably try to go to Walmart before. See, the great thing about DVDs is if you've got the right DVD player, you can by the right DVD player, you're not getting a cheap one that you find in a bargain bin in Aldi. You can play American DVDs on, there is region locking, but you can easily play stuff because if
I'm actually in my copy of Spaceballs right now.
Oh, you dick! I've got a copy of Spaceballs, but it's on videotape.
Right next to my copy of Sam and Max, the animated series.
I've never watched that.
Oh, that's good.
I've heard good things about it.
And on the other side of that, Super Mario Brothers the movie. Yes.
I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to get like my friends.
It's also at the $5 bargain bin at Walmart.
No, I'm not gonna buy it. Like I am gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it here. I'm gonna
buy it for $5.
I want to get it and just watch it with a couple of my friends, because we do that every once in a while. We just get a really bad film and we watch it through and we just like make jokes the whole way through. Sometimes we do it with good films. Like we watched.
That's what Rift Tracks is in general.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to do to check.
Well, yeah,
out.
I know. I checked it out, but like I have to pay for that stuff. I'd actually have to have. I have to have a copy. I have to have a copy of the actual DVD, and I don't usually have it. But I will. I'll eventually get to watch it. But the last one like we did was it was a good one. It was in one of the new Batman animated films. It was Red Hood. It was like.
Oh yeah, that one was.
Yeah, I liked it. But we just kept joking the whole way through. We tried to do it with Twilight, but we got like half an hour in, and we just found it so dull and boring that. Now I know this is going to offend some people, but like I really just, it was just so dull and boring, and even like there's you know the way most films have like a tint over it, like. It was in Twilight. It's just a grey tint the whole time, and it just adds to the dullness.
The only way I could tolerate that movie was with Rift Tracks.
And
even that is still kind of a stretch because like there was only so much they could do for it.
That's exactly it. Like the only thing we got from it was Kirsten Stewart, I think that's her name, blinks way too much, and she blinks way too much, and she pulls in this, it's the first scene when they're in like the science class, and she just pulls the perfect "I'm going to rape you, Edward" face.
Oh god.
It was great. It was just like Jesus. But it was shortly after that we gave up on it because we just couldn't. I always go on about this, but I watched Space Buddies, which is the worst film I've ever seen. Ever. It was.
I had a discussion about this once about how like where it originally came from, and how each movie has slowly been getting worse, and how that director only basically does movies about.
We looked him up on Wikipedia. Like all of his films are centered around an animal that can talk, Like it's like he's got that on. It's like I can imagine.
No, because the original movies, Buddy couldn't talk.
Well, okay.
He could play sports.
Okay. Well, but it's like the guy. Well, ever since every film after that, it's like he's got a whiteboard in front of him, and in the whiteboard is talking animals written in the middle of it, and then like a load of arrows coming off: dog, cat, monkey, and he just makes a film about that. It was really bad, and I thank God I didn't get to see the whole film. But it was really bad, and I was in pain the whole way through.
The worst movie title I've seen of that genre, the whole animal doing whatever genre, was a movie about a monkey that was also a spy, and the name of it was called Spy Mate.
Oh my god.
Which I know where you're from, Cabinet, mate means friend.
Yeah.
But when I hear the word mate, I think of,
yeah,
creation. And it just, there's like a little girl holding the monkey's hand on the cover of it. It's like, oh god, please, no, this is just horrible thinking in general for whoever came up with the idea for the title and the cover.
I don't know really any I watch a lot of bad films, but I don't remember any of them really having that bad of a title. Like
I think it would have been worse if like the subline would have been like, let's get down to monkey business.
Oh, let's do the business.
I think that's the only thing that really could have made it. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of other things that would have made that worse, but that would have been one of the main things.
Yeah. Oh, bad films.
Turkish Star Wars.
What?
Turkish Star Wars. They took a little bit of the footage from Star Wars, some footage from something else. They shot a lot of their own footage, and they stole the score from Indiana Jones to make a very fucked up movie. You can bleep that out.
No, we're not going to bleep it out.
Okay.
Speaking of bad movies, Lance is going to be kicking himself. Lance is going to be kicking himself that we were mentioning this without him, because he's got a good opinion on this. Battleship the movie,
based off the Milton Bradley
game? Is
that a real?
Yeah, they're making Liam Neeson's in it.
Oh god! There has to be the line at "You sunk my battleship."
That's what I said. That's what I said. If I want to go and see it, if just to like laugh at it, right? Like even when I went to see Cowboys and Aliens on Saturday. It in the like little like small print at the bottom. It's like it's copyright. Hasbro, whoever owns it, I don't know. Hudson, whatever. You said Hudson, whatever. It's actually copyrighted. It's I don't know how they're going to stretch a movie out of it, because I think the trailer kind of shows all. Basically,
well, so does the Planet of the Apes trailer.
Well, yeah, but like there's a lot more. Like you can actually make a film out of that. Like in this, it's okay. The subplot apparently is main character wants to marry Liam Neeson's daughter, but
wait, are you talking about Cowboys and Aliens, or are you talking about
Battleship?
I was like, wait.
We're talking about bad movies. What main guy wants to marry Liam Neeson's daughter. Liam Neeson doesn't like that, but Liam Neeson is like the admiral or whatever of this ship. And
they each get their own fleets and shoot missiles at each other.
Not even that. So, but
and then afterwards he's like, "You sank my battleship. You can marry my daughter.
That's actually his line when he's in the middle of sex. Like, just that's after. Hey, baby, you sunk my.
I sank my battleship.
Fire all torpedo. Oh God.
Liam Neeson has sex with his daughter.
No, main guy with the daughter. No, but Liam Neeson's like the admiral or something. The main guy wants to marry the daughter, but main guy.
The Queen's Navy.
Main guy is like a major or something in the Navy. So, and he's working under Liam Neeson, and then they go out in this like. As it says in like the subtitle, Pacific Ocean Training Regime Day 1, and then they see this big thing in the water.
Wait, A1?
Day 1.
A1?
No, Day 1.
Hit.
What? Oh.
Hit.
Then they meet this big thing. Then they send a little boat out, and they meet this big alien ship in the water. Then the alien ship jumps out of the water with like a rocket booster. It jumps about a mile out and then lands again. And then it like knocks out like all of the the radar. So that's.
So wait, there's aliens in this movie
like the aliens
now.
are the enemies. Like, because I don't know, maybe they're fed up of.
The aliens in the board game. It was you against. It was one nameless naval branch against another.
Well, they have to make this movie interesting somehow. But yeah, that's
so
the whole.
Neeson's gonna be like killing the aliens, and he'll say, "You sank my battleship."
I hope so.
You can marry my daughter.
But you sank the battleship of coldness in my heart. But. Yeah, that's.
He's saying that to the aliens.
The aliens. You can marry my daughter. Fuck this guy.
Yes.
That's all they wanted. The aliens just wanted a person to love. Yeah, but Cowboys and Aliens, on the other hand, was a great movie, and if you haven't watched it, go out and see it. Watching that film, even like just the whole cowboy setting, makes me want to play Red Dead Redemption, which you have to get, Recon.
I actually heard that Cowboys and Aliens was based off of a webcomic that used to be on Drunk Duck. Before Drunk Duck went to crap, it became just the Duck.
I think it was based off a comic. I know that much. I don't know anything, more than that. I could look it up, but I have my comic guide packed. But yeah, it was a great film.
Well, no, it's just that was based off a webcomic. Then maybe someday in the future you'll be seeing Pokémon-X the movie.
Wally. I want a drug, not a subplot where Wally has to deal with like a drug addiction or something.
Because his mom was like trying to get him on antidepressants.
Yeah, and then he got on to them, and then now he wants to shake them, man. He wants to shake them because he likes hearing like the rattle of the pills on the bottle. He's childish like that.
He's like, I need to shake this. Alright, I better.
Well, we kind of brought that.
Let's go catch us some Pokemon. Everybody will sound like that, even though they're supposed to be like 13 and 14-year-olds. They'll be played by like 24-year-olds who look kind of young.
Can we get John St. John to do the voice of everybody in the film?
John St. John can be the voice of Meow. It wouldn't fit at all. It would just be hilarious. Yeah. No, he'd probably be a good Giovanni. Well, no, there's no Giovanni in Pokémon-X.
Spoilers, man.
He could be the voice of Rocky. He'd be a good Rocky.
Yeah, because he's got that Rocky voice. No, that was a bad joke, and I'm sorry.
What?
He's got a Rocky voice. Yeah, I think we managed to come a bit full circle there. I mean, we started off talking about the comic, we drifted on to really bad movies, and we came back to the comic. Yeah. I think we'll
Well, we started talking about the podcast, technically.
Well, I mean, on the topic of the comic, we managed to come around.
Speaking of the podcast, though.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with a name.
Yes. We need...
I kind of want to call it Potatoes and Haggis. That's my favorite because Cabinet is Irish and I'm Scottish, and it's just kind of...
And Lance is and...
Yeah, Lance will be the and part.
Yeah, the thing is, if we're probably going to be a 3-person group here, so, you know, I'm not 100% on that. But if you guys have any ideas...
Cabinet just doesn't like the name because every time he hears it, he's going to get hungry.
Okay, you've found my secret, yes. There's one thing, potatoes are not, they're not as good as back home over here, I will say that. Also, I'm going to get this out, I'm just going to throw this out. Your waffles are not made of potatoes. I was very disappointed.
Well, if you go to Chick-fil-A, they have waffle fries.
They're not the same. I'm talking about like a real waffle.
Do you actually have waffles made of potatoes in there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're
like breakfast.
Yeah,
waffles.
They're for breakfast. I have them for like breakfast like on the weekends, and they're just. Ugh.
I didn't know that. You're just joking.
No, I'm serious. I'm 100% serious. I'll post.
Okay.
I'll post a picture in the thread when I probably with this update. Yeah, but anyway.
It's just like potato with syrup and butter on it.
No, we don't put syrup and whatever on it. We have a waffle, and if you want, you have red sauce with ketchup with it. You put salt, vinegar, or whatever on it. There you go. Maybe at a later date I will reveal to all of you the secret of the full Irish breakfast.
It sounds pretty for some reason.
It's amazing. I love it.
Just the title, the name of it, the full Irish.
Yeah, and then you've got maybe if you're ready for it afterwards, I can teach you of the jumbo breakfast roll. If I deem you ready.
No, you don't want to make our audience feel awkward.
Yeah. I'll show you. The episode I showed at is the episode I will put jumbo breakfast roll. There's a song made out of it, and I will have that song as the intro, so you guys will know. That will be your St. Patrick's week episode. That's what I'll do then.
It'll just be you doing the show by yourself.
Yeah. I'll get me and 2 leprechaun friends of mine.
Ben.
No, because he's Australian. But anyway, I think we should finish up now because we're going over an hour at this point.
Yeah. Edit this down a bit.
Yeah, it'll probably be less than this one. You actually watching it, but whatever.
Just don't add like those damn gunshot noises in between parts.
I won't.
Don't add anything in between parts.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. If you want to contact us, if you have any questions for topics or general questions, as I said earlier, for like the comic, you can tweet them to us at Pokémon-X Podcast. Also, you can throw in name suggestions, or if you, for some reason, don't like Twitter or the like, you can go onto the forums, register account if you haven't already, and post in the thread that we'll have up at that point.
Yeah, or if you want to like talk to us on our individual Twitter names, I think.
Yeah,
what's your at 09?
Cabinet? Mine is at Cabinet099, and Recon's is
at Recon Dye.
Okay. You can even if you want to do that, you can. The Pokémon-X Podcast account is following me, Lance, and Recon. So you can find us there if you.
Really? Have you already done that? Because I didn't get a thing about that notified me.
I did it before we started. Already, I'm so ahead.
Some random person is watching you now. Hold on, I'm gonna check my email.
But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed listening to us ramble on about this, and If any suggestions, tweet them or post in the thread. Any criticism, constructive or otherwise, tweet it or post in the thread. I've been Cabinet, and with me today was Recon. So, sorry. So, thanks for listening.
See you guys next week.
All going well. Can only end well.